Oh
righty.
God, this is on the record.
They're watching.
Hey,
We are in session 33 of the Ultraviolet Grasslands. I believe we are in the gall grass right now. Um, Last thing that I have down is Adoron have like sharing tea with a whale, having communing with the vast grass mind, some jellyfish floating around. We did a bunch of training. Got a sweet auto wagon out of the
Mhm.
group
oh
lake.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
And let us not forget our long-term project, and we need lots of successes to fully restore Adoron to his former self.
that's correct. Anything that y'all particularly remember from last time that I might not have down?
Um, some reference to the Rose Towers.
Yes, yes. I believe you were pointed at the Rose Towers for
There was another term for it too. I don't remember what that was.
the Rising Prism of Perception.
I remember I had just a whole buttload of failed rolls. I remember that.
You did.
And
Um,
Phaedrid learned a new spell from the
Oh yeah.
like from the oozes and slimes of the place where we salvaged the auto wagon.
ectoplasmic entanglements.
Ectoplasmic entangle.
Right.
Sweet.
So another thing that happened after Trace Skelly left the setting is that I started handing out some items that Newt had
Yes.
on
Oh
military
yeah.
possession. And so Mark, Triskeli Mark, um, we've got some possible grenades. So the thought was that you have the best agility in the group, and so maybe I would give them to you, but I still would like us to figure out what they actually are because we don't
Right.
know they're grenades. We just know that they're rainbow orbs. But would you like to carry them? It's a like a bandolier of I think 6 rainbow orbs.
I think this will accentuate my vest quite nicely.
That's true. That's very, very true. So
Looking
Albanese,
very flashy over there. Mossy vest
okay.
and rainbow orbs.
Um, I'm going to move them on the spreadsheet over to you. Okay, there you go. And again, we don't really know what they do yet, and it's possible that Phaedra. Oh, I did want to. Um, when we start playing, I wish to examine those in the noosphere to see what
Mm.
we can make any.
They don't have any particular noosphere component to them.
Oh, okay. So they're
Could
they're
I could I
scientific.
examine them as and like use my skill as a Magitech engineer to learn something about them?
They don't seem particularly magical. In fact, they seem to be more technical. You can definitely examine them if you'd like. Uh,
Wow, plain old mechanical things in this
yeah.
world?
Wow.
Maybe Modan with his biomecho tinkerer could potentially find something out.
Mm.
It's
Or the
true.
glove.
Oh, or the glove.
Yeah, I don't know. I can never remember exactly what the glove can do or not.
Like
I know it
the
can do
Can
it.
interface.
probe the
Yeah.
glove. I'll fill you in. So the glove is my hallmark. It has two skills. One is scan the noosphere, and the other is called Magitech System Operations.
Ah, yes. So neither probably applies to a
Yeah.
mechanical sphere
Yeah. They are most likely grenades
Oh,
of
okay.
some kind.
that are painted in rainbow colors.
Oh, okay. So they're
Oh,
just
they're just painted.
Well, you'll have to throw one next time somebody's trying to rob our caravan or something.
Yeah.
Or next time we have a bunch of stick creatures stalking us, or I'm sure there will be no shortage of times in which to find out.
It's true.
what a mystery sphere does.
Oh, I'm just going to say I'm kind of in the process of eating dinner here, so I'm going to turn off my camera so I don't
Cool.
subject you all to that site.
And I have decided an upgrade for my new wicker auto wagon, who I have named Satine.
Nice.
Ooh.
And talking with Mark, it sounds like because it's a Hallmark, it's cool to maybe use my
XP.
experience,
Yeah.
my XP to take a upgrade, which I was planning to do where is it? I had somewhere around here.
You just reminded me of my coconut crab I need to pick a second skill for.
Ah,
Forgot.
yes. So I was planning to give it the it's around here somewhere. Where is it? Oh yeah. So the upgrade is Old Tech Golem Heart, which allows it to run on the original True Spark of Creation and never need to refuel. But I was going to spin it. I guess this is my theme. It's like, how can I make myself the least possible burden on the caravan? And how I'm gonna spin that instead is maybe maybe one night I'm like just sleeping in the cab or whatever, and the mossy substance grows and I don't know, goes through the vents into the engine or something, or somehow makes some sort of other 0 point energy source for the car too.
Yeah, I think the way that your 0 point energy is working, that is very possible that would happen. Yes.
Some small reality tear in the engine block.
Yeah. Totally stable.
I'm sure it's fine.
Got an idea for coconut crab that we
Yeah.
can either make a custom thing or if you know of a already existing skill. So I gave him razor claws.
Right.
But then I thought when he's shelled, maybe some kind of basically he could almost act like a shield for the caravan, like some kind of deflection, like extra hard carapace or something that allows him to maybe help shield or deflect things.
Like so are you thinking that he would put himself between an attacker and someone being attacked, or he would like generate some kind of
I was thinking put himself in, but like, it's his physical shell that also protects him. So he's like real hardy and it's hard to damage him. But he could theoretically also like if he was between the caravan or me and somebody shooting, it would be like extra deflecty defense kind of stuff for his shell. He's a blocker and got razor claws.
Blocker. Yeah. Oh, I like that.
And like I said, I know if there's not anything, we could just like make something up, extra hardened carapace or something.
Yeah, I think it sounds like it's more like changing its behavior than its actual shell, right? Which is great. It's sort of like
well, I mean, I was thinking I didn't know how hard his shell was to begin with, but I was thinking same way his claws are extra sharp. I thought maybe his shell was extra hardy and protective.
His level now?
He's still just two.
Yeah. So that would add like 2 defense to, like you could say, he would put himself in between an attacker and someone else, adding his defense to them. And you can call it like defender or blocker, or I bet there's something cool in the Grasslands guide. Probably a lot of things to look through there. But yeah, if we want to style that in a different way, that's totally cool. But yeah, I think that's great. I love it.
Carapace defender.
Fantastic.
And I figure both those upgrades, I'm mainly for flavor, not that it has a mechanical thing. But I thought it'd be fun if like those are results of the care of the animal handler, taking care of him real good and like keeping him nice and buffed and sharpened and taken care of, and like
and he's like wants to protect you guys now.
He's like, hey, look, his claws are super sharp now, and his carapace can deflect things.
So shiny.
Yeah, I was gonna say if the carapace had been buffed and
All the barnacles removed.
Yeah, become very shiny and stuff, then maybe it's particularly effective against like energy weapons or something. Because it's reminding me sort of Traveler's got different kinds of armor for different kinds of weapons.
Oh, interesting.
And one of the kinds of armor is merely it's reflective.
Yep.
So it won't stop physical attacks, or maybe I shouldn't say it won't stop mechanical attacks, but it'll stop beam attacks and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, well, I figured that way, since we made it a trait, it could be something a little extra than whatever, just a normal
Yeah.
crab characters would be.
If you want to throw, I don't see where you have the drop downs on there for some reason. But if you want to throw skilled on there for a character,
oh right,
we'll say that he can give someone else a +3 to defense.
Take it.
And you can level that to expert and master if you want to bump that up.
Cool.
Awesome. That's very cool. Let's see. I think that's one there. So yeah, we are in the Gallgrass, right?
Yeah, approximately.
In the Gallgrass.
The Three Sticks map is still in the keeper there. And the Gallgrass is in very spread out letters on the left side there. The Rose Towers are on the north tip of the lake there. And there is actually a trail now, tough overland right now. So if that is the direction you're interested in going, you can do that. You can also decide to not do that and go elsewhere to the Refracting Trees or back around to Three Sticks or anywhere you like. But we are in Yellow Month 2 in a few days. It is midsummer. It is nice and hot. Traveling is nice and easy. Everything's gravy right now for y'all.
I would suggest that we take this, since we've now discovered this road, let's take this trail toward the Rose Towers. I think that might be easier to take a road than to bushwhack across the land.
Yeah,
definitely. Cool, and that will probably take you to the Skybridge first. Pull that up.
Oh, all the way up to Skybridge?
Well, Skybridge is, so if you're going over the road in the Gallgrass, you would cross over Skybridge, through the Copper Hulls, over the Boulder Ford, the Garnet Ford, and then to the Rose Towers.
Trying to figure this out. Okay.
And remember, this map is rotated 90 degrees, so north is actually up, whereas on the big map, it's north is to the left.
Yeah. My only consideration is that Adoron is trying to find out information about the astral lizard, I believe.
Yes. I think that's what pointed you at the Rose Towers.
Okay. Okay.
That also, Phaedrid is making an educated guess as to that might be where the spell in this area might be found, or guardians thereof.
Prelapsarian metonymic poetry.
That's what it is.
I just looked at it about 20 minutes ago.
Prolapse poetry, what?
Prelapsarian. So it's before the lapse.
Oh, okay.
It's before the fall.
I thought it was prolapsed and it came out of somebody's butt.
Great. It's just about a day from where you are to the Skybridge. I'll add that to the ticker there. And the trail takes you to the Sky River there, which widens and expands into the big lake there. Do I have anything interesting about river? Yeah. It is that river is you can see straight to the bottom. It is transparent water, extremely clean, and probably in whatever conversations you've had with anyone in the area, they're sure to have mentioned it. It's pure, cold, clean. They say that it can literally disinfect wounds. You can fill up some kegs of it and sell it as snake oil somewhere else. But if you just want to get to the Skybridge, that is right there.
So
yeah.
With that knowledge, Adoron, when we're next to the river, which might be at Skybridge, Adoron would, and actually Albanegra would probably do something similar, but they each would probably test those waters to see if they could discern any Albanegra is coming from the perspective of being a botanist, and Adoron would be coming from the perspective of being a biomancer. But just to see if they could figure out if there is an unusual chemical composition, or if it's just that the waters are like, do the waters show up in the noosphere? Is this like which?
I think the trace that you get, which is very, very faint, is that the trace of life that you get is of like the jellies, probably upstream, that remove impurities from the water.
Oh, okay. So it's just very, very pure water.
I don't wonder if that might have any beneficial effect on Adoron's new goo body.
Ooh.
I mean, we certainly can gather some.
Yeah, it is trivial to gather it.
Yeah, okay. And I've been doing a lot of thinking about my goo body, and my conclusion at the moment, I had done a lot of thought about Adoron's original body before I just caused it to be disintegrated. And my conjecture was that Adoron's original body was a mix of nanotech and cells derived from octopi. Which, because octopi can make lots of shapes out of their forms and different colors and stuff like that. In this current body, I'm sort of interpreting it as it's what I tentatively have called, I think, patch, which is to say it's sort of like body putty for biomancers. And so Adoron is in the process, and the body putty has a mixture of cells and nanotech in it. But it's not got the same kind of cells that Adoron's original body had. So my assumption is that Adoron is currently trying to sculpt the body to be what they want, but that it's never going to be flexible in the same way that the other body was, just because the source cells are different.
Yeah.
And also the nanotech is different too. So it's like Adoron now has senses. That's nice. Compared to the concrete body, which is like, oh, I'm so bored. So Adoron's spending a lot of time trying to like figure out what's the best way to configure this current body. I also, when I was reading the SDM, I realized that I had sort of misinterpreted the attributes, and it looks like both agility and thought are part of Ba. Like that was a table that I was misreading. And if that's true, then Adoron gets to keep their agility of 1. But my other question, do I still need to replace my soul? Do I need a Ka?
No, your soul should be. Oh, that's true. Because you got. Great question.
Yeah, so I will say that I have read when Adoron was hanging out with the Rebuilder, I've read stuff about the Death Facing Passage and stuff, and it didn't make it absolutely clear that the Ha was destroyed, just the Ha for sure. So that's up to you, however we want to play this, because I'm trying to figure out how Adoron operates without a Ha.
Yeah, so I think your ba is what is stored in the crystal.
Yes.
Um, and I think that, how are you operating without a soul right now?
Yeah.
That's a
And
great,
what does that do?
yeah. I think that is a question for Adoron to discover.
Okay.
I don't have an immediate good answer for that.
Okay.
But clearly right now you are a person, so you have something of a ka. It's unclear whether it's the same one or if it's, it was a manifestation of the body, or if the connection with the rebuilder kept something. It's probably not the same as it was before, but there has to be something driving you there.
Yeah, that's what I assumed. That even when I was just in the crystal and interacting with the rebuilder, something was motivating me to interact with the rebuilder.
Yeah, yeah.
And that would be probably what you could call Adoran's core. Uh,
Yeah.
Whereas but yeah, I don't know. So this is post questions. It also, and I fudged this a little bit, but it made me wonder if Adoron can gain experience points without a ka.
So characters don't get experience points. Players get.
I know the player do, but characters get assigned experience points.
Yeah, and that is diegetically, you are the demon that is controlling the
Yeah,
the character. So it's like you teal almost are like the proxy ka for Adoron in this case. That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, I did level Adoron back up to 4th level, but I've got over 3,000 experience points that I haven't spent because I can't decide who or what to spend them on.
Mm.
And experience points are so hard to come by. I was just like, I'll just bank them. But I'm trying to figure out, like I've wondered if I should put experience points into this new body and make the new body into a new hallmark.
Mm.
But I have figured out a way to possibly resurrect my old body. Because there is a portion of my old body that's still left. It's the portion of my body that I had turned into a Vomish garden.
Oh, jeez.
And that's
probably
back
safe.
that's back with a niece of Star, in theory.
That's right. That's right.
So if they could clean up the bones out of that part of my body, I could maybe like figure out how to infuse the old part of my body back into this new body or something like that. So it's possible I could get back my old body because that is that was I think that was like a half an arm's worth of body.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Philosophical questions. It's really good.
Sorry.
No,
This game definitely takes you into philosophy.
Why we're here. But back in the real world, you come to the Skybridge. This is the river kind of widens as it goes into the lake, and it's about 3 miles across at this point. So you can see the other side, but it's a bit far. The trail leads up to these giant, sort of like monolithic blocks of some hard marble or granite or something, and they kind of have, it's dry still. The air is super dry right now. There's still like there's lichens and stuff growing on them. There's a few looks like kind of like giant steel like eye hooks, like cable stays, where cables would have been attached to a bridge going across. but there are no cables. And you don't really see anything besides those two. There's two of them. They're about 3 meters apart on the like cliffside going over the river. Would someone like to make me a charisma roll just for luck?
Yeah. Oh, Albenegra does.
Oh, and I'll make sure to up your hero dice up to.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget.
Yeah. Charisma roll. Because Albenegra is good. The good. Oh, okay. 17.
17, great. What are you doing when you get to the edge of the cliff here?
So both or either of Albenegra and Adoron are going to peer into the noosphere to see if there is any semblance that there is maybe some form of bridge across here that cannot be seen by the naked eye.
Yeah. I'm not sure that there is a noospheric component to this.
Sure. Yeah.
While you're investigating it, kind of milling around the area, a large, looks like kind of like a weird, like greenish brownish tinted albatross. It's just a lake seabird kind of you see in the area. You see it like flying, kind of coasting, gliding around, like near maybe a few 100 feet out, and you see it just split in half.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there a stuck force across here?
It looks like there's probably it's probably stuck force, which means it is invisible, but immovable.
So Albenegra is going to reach out with some pigment and see if she can mark. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. There is a stuck force surface there that when you throw stuff on it, it will make itself apparent.
Okay. Well, she's gonna take the lead, and she's gonna use her. She's gonna pull her rifle out of the caravan. Where what? Oh, yeah, scavenger bolter, and she's gonna just tap just to make sure that there's always something ahead.
Yeah. It is definitely solid. Tapping around, it is about 3 meters wide, and you imagine about 3 miles long.
Yeah.
It's not too windy today, so that's nice. How do you just want to proceed cautiously across, or do you want to try something else?
So we can figure out like where does Skybridge like actually touch the ground, or is that where the cables or is that what the cables were supposed to be for?
It seems like where those two blocks are, like someone at some point had like strung cables across as like holds as you go through.
Oh, okay.
Right now it is they are not there. They are long gone away. But it appears to be about as wide as those blocks are apart.
But we can tell where the stuck force actually is, so it is a ramp that we could conceivably go across.
Yep.
So all we need are 3 miles of cables, and we can repair the bridge for everybody else.
Is it wide enough to handle our Necrogolem and our new autocar?
Yeah, easily.
Okay.
I mean, you said it's 3 meters across, so that's like 9 feet. That's like 10 feet wide. So
yeah.
Oh, as long as we are very careful and it isn't too windy.
Full speed ahead.
No, close, but it's agile enough to get there. Um,
Yeah, I think we do it. We
yeah,
just be really careful
be
and
really
go tread carefully, and maybe um we've got some empty carts. One thing we could conceivably do is take some time and load up one of our carts with just a whole lot of sand from the riverbed.
Hmm.
And as we go across, just as we continue to walk across, take a scoop of the sand and just kind of like throw it ahead of ourselves, kind of like for those of you who live in the north, that's like when you spread like salt on your sidewalk
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the wintertime.
That's a great idea. I like that. Um, it is 3 miles, so that's going to be a lot of sand, but I think that can help you out a little bit. Who wants to kind of like take the lead here?
Actually, Abanegra will take the lead.
Cool.
I was going to say I would guess somebody with the traveler skill would probably be a
yeah.
good one to put in the lead, but
Yeah, she's not got it. She's just started walking across once she determined it was solid.
we do have at least one expert traveler.
You
That's
have an extra
true.
level. Do you want to
I mean,
let's use Monan's so let's get agility plus traveler.
agility plus okay, 1 second. Agility, a whole whopping 1, but traveler is expert.
That's 6. So you have
Plus
7.
7.
6. Okay. Hey,
Ooh.
I'm gonna roll again. So
Fantastic.
total of 30.
30. That's amazing. Yeah.
Told you I was good at this traveling shit.
Yeah, so the sand it's less sand and more dust, right? Because it's very dry. And it's fine enough that you can actually get a really good bead on exactly where the edges are. It is perfectly 3 meters across consistently the entire way. It is uh, dizzying. It is, looking below, you're just walking on the air basically for about 3 miles, um, many hundreds of feet above this beautiful clear river. You can clearly see the lake to the east. You can see straight across it to the I guess the Jade Baobab is over there. But you can actually see the Rose Towers. It's like almost like straight ahead and a little bit to the right from where you are, over the next couple rivers. Um, 30. Wow. Interesting. Who has the highest? Let's see.
Do we find something cool?
I think you're gonna find something cool. Yeah. Favorite. Just a little bit less than halfway across. You feel a hand on your shoulder. And it's not the whole hand, because it feels like the hand that is being put on your shoulder is probably like the size of your chest, like a big meaty hand like that. And you hear a low whisper in your ear, and it's you almost mistake it for like the low howl of wind at first, but there's like this definite pressure, and it feels like it's kind of like steadying you. And but you hear it, and it's a little bit warm on your ear as it says, "Don't be afraid. It is safe to pass."
Thank you. Who am I speaking to?
I am not named.
Are you here
Protect.
to assist? Do you assist travelers?
I do now. In the past, I was to extract the price, but it is too dangerous now. No one would come.
So you used to charge toll, but you no longer do?
Now I just make sure that you're safe.
Well, thank you. We greatly appreciate it. Is this where you reside?
This is my home. Before I fell.
And just to be an out of character, just to be clear, I'm like talking to like this is like in a disembodied voice.
Yeah.
It's the wind. Okay.
I think if you pop into the noosphere, maybe even instinctually at this point, there is a like large man. If it was a person, it would be about 20 feet tall, but it is like hunched over so it can like be next to your head. It's a giant basically, and it looks kind and maybe a little lonely. Yeah.
I will engage this creature in I will take a moment to engage this creature in conversation and ask how he came to be here.
What do we perceive? Do we perceive, is this all happening in Phaedra's head, or do we see Phaedra talking to no one? Or
I think Phaedra's the only one that can hear it right now. But again, like if someone popped into the noosphere to see it, you would see the same thing.
I just didn't know if he was physically speaking or if this was all just like mental speaking to the other being.
He's a ghost, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I meant from Phaedra's end. Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably be speaking aloud because I heard it aloud.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Adoron would probably drop into the noosphere if Adoron saw Phaedra talking to something that they couldn't see.
I think Skelly would just. Oh, sorry, I was just say Skelly would probably be like, the last time I was talking to something that didn't have a physical form, I lost most of my memory.
So in the course of conversing with this ghost, I'm gonna make a sales pitch for Oneric technology.
Nice.
Give me your pitch.
Give him my sales pitch. So you're very lonely because I can tell that you're very lonely out here, and I would love to stay and chat, but we have places to go, and I'm sure that if you were able to move on, you would have. I can't imagine there are too many travelers that come this way, and I can imagine this existence would get very, very lonely for you. I may have something. I may have something that could perhaps give you a certain amount of entertainment. And I start talking about the God, it's been out of character. It's been so long since I've had to think about this. I don't even remember the name of it.
Unlimited.
Oh yes, I work for Oneric's. I at least nominally work for Oneric's Unlimited, and I've been sent as a scout to the Black City to like look for new market, look to open new markets. So we've never really talked about like what this technology is, but it's clearly some kind of but it's going to be like some kind of magic, or like some kind of like magical Oneric network that someone could at least conceivably tap into, because specifically it's like like I'm supposed to like sell this interface to disembodied minds, which I mostly mean ghosts, but could also be like sentient computer programs, et cetera, et cetera.
You're like a
I'm gonna make a So I'm guessing there's got to be some way I can actually sell this if it's like an incantation or a spell
I
or a way
think
to
it's
get
like
into the
some sort of
network.
contract, right? That would be,
Yeah, I think it was a contract. I
yeah,
think it was a contract, and when you sign the contract, you're able to like
tap into
tap
it.
into this tap into this like dreamscape.
Love it. Yeah, go ahead and give me charisma plus your salesman roll.
Okay, so let's go with charisma plus advertising engineer, which is expert. So I'm at +8. Let's see what we get. Okay, I thought I clicked roll it. Try that again.
Mm.
Oh dear, that's not good.
That is a one. Would you like
Well,
to?
I mean, +8 is a 9, but I think I'm going to throw a hero die in just so it's not disastrous.
Yeah,
I don't want this guy to start throwing it. I don't want this guy
Mhm.
to throw us off the cliff.
yeah, that's probably what would happen.
You're not worthy of the bridge.
Okay, so I'm going to roll a 6 for hero die. I got a 2. So that brings it to, let's see, 3 plus 8 is still an 11.
Perfect. That's exactly what you're looking for. Um,
Nice.
Great. It is very interested and listens to your sales pitch patiently and agrees. And asks what kind of payment is required because he's used to taking payment when he
Mhm.
was the bridge troll in life, and he expects there is some payment required for this.
There is the payment required to go into the network. I mean, if you wanted to pay with if you wanted to pay with coin, we would certainly accept coin. You seem to be the sort, however, most of our clients don't have coin. They often don't have a physical body and aren't able to use coin. So another part of the payment would be that um, in order to partake in the Oneric Entertainment Network, um, you must you won't lose them, but you need to share some of your own dreams for which our production company would then use to create as a basis for more entertainment that could be shared with others.
Right? Yeah, it will agree to that and sign up for the OEN.
Yay! It's been like 2 years since I've signed a contract.
Did it.
I haven't met a friendly ghost in a very long time.
This one's very, very friendly.
Usually they want to like eat your soul or possess you.
Yeah, that 30 did a lot of work. Great. Does anyone else want to interact with the ghost troll before reaching the other side?
Um, so as an aside, Alba Negra wishes to study the contracts
Mhm.
if Phaedra, like covertly, unless Phaedra will allow her to get close, and
I
because
mean,
this whole thing
I mean,
about
if you flat out ask if you I mean while we're going on, if you flat out ask to read a contract, I'm happy to like hand you a contract. Let's just let you're not you're not the target audience. This really only works with creatures. These contracts are really only good for creatures that don't have a physical body.
she's like, oh, I would very much like to study this.
I'll hand Albert. I'm guessing that one of the things that Phaedrid has in his like magitechnical satchel is
Mhm.
he's got like a folder with like a whole bunch of these standard boilerplate contracts.
Yeah.
So like yeah, I got plenty more where this came from, and
Good.
I will hand you a copy of the contract. He said he'll say like you know if you don't need it when you're done reading it, I'll take it back, but otherwise you're free to hang on to it.
Okay, thank you. And she turns and walks to the front of the caravan again. Um, Adoron, uh, Adoron would like to talk to the ghost real fast.
Yeah.
Hello.
New friends.
I am going to partake of some aromas which will enhance my awareness of you. Would you like to partake of these too?
I don't know if I can.
Let's see. So Adoron mixes up some tea to amplify noospheric experiences, sips some, and then sort of waves the aroma in the general direction of the ghost.
I imagine it can smell it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very nice.
Thank you. I have a question for you. Do you still have a car?
What?
A soul? Do you still have a soul?
I believe I do. I? No, no. I'm just me.
Hmm. I have been wondering if I have a soul. I used to have a soul. It got scratched once. That hurt.
No, nothing hurts me.
Okay. Thank you. Would you like some more aroma?
Yes, it's much
So
better than wind.
Adoron will hang out. However long we hang out, Adoron will be sharing aroma with
I imagine it floats along with you for a while, and then
Okay.
after you get like past the middle third of the bridge, it's like
Right. Adoron's sitting at the in the top of the Necro wagon.
nice. Great. Safe passage across the Skybridge then. Let's see. If you continue along that path, it's going to be another couple days. Let me add that to the tally. And you will come across. So you're back in the hilly areas now. There's well, actually, I have a picture of this. There is some vegetation. You're kind of on the north edge of the Gallgrass, and once you get past the river, it's less completely dry now. So there's some vegetation and other life, and you enter this area that have these large sort of verdigris, patina green, like domes kind of coming out of the ground on the western shore here, near the river, and it looks like there around them there are kind of ruins. It looks like the whatever was built here was made of some kind of bone, similar to what the behemoth shell looks like, but more like more human bone like than like shell like. Um, the plants and trees and grass around it is almost overgrown. It's very lush. Um, and let's see, Skelly, I think you're the first one that notices as you're approaching these. Um, down the trail a bit, maybe like a quarter mile before you actually get to where these things are. You see a couple of women standing on the road, um, draped in like very elegant white satin, maybe like formal dress, and they're like waving their hands at you.
All right, I'll call out to the group and be like, friends, there looks to be like some newlyweds down that way trying to flag us down.
And everyone else sees them as well.
More ghosts. Ooh, business opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we're obligated to help.
I will, I will, I will extend I will, like raise my hand and say greetings.
Keep in mind, I have pleasant, so it's always good for me to be the face. We get bonuses.
And Phaedra, I think you recognize these specifically as radiation ghosts. They
Oh,
have that sort of glow about them. And
Okay.
they're kind of like, they're silent. They're like mouthing. It looks like they're like kind of like waving you away. Looks like they're trying to like warn you away from the area.
Can I would like to try to, what's the phrasing? I would like to try to using my glove. I would like to try to scan the noosphere and see if I can understand what they're actually saying by slipping my mind into try to bring my mind into phase with them.
Yeah, interesting. Go ahead and just give me a straight up aura check.
Aura check. Okay. Can I add my glove skill to that?
Yeah, go ahead and add the glove to it.
Okay, so that'll be at a plus. Skilled is +3. So it'll be at a +7. Because aura is my good stat. Well, I rolled a 6 on the dice. +7 is a 13.
Ooh, all right. When you kind of attune to them, it's like opening the door on like a really harsh winter day. Your like astral face just kind of like it gets blasted with this like incredible cold. And you hear them it's screaming, and it's like weird overlaid voices. They are definitely warning you away. They're saying, they do not wake them. Turn back. There's no time.
Do not wake who? What is here? I don't understand.
And you're actually going to take 6 aura damage.
ooh,
Ooh.
Um,
Ouch.
you can also use hero dice on my rolls if you like.
Ooh.
But yeah, it is a harrowing experience. They are desperate to keep
Desperate to warn us away.
Yeah.
I will attempt to determine what they are warning us away from. Like what is the danger here?
Yeah. The best you can tell, like through the screaming and pain, basically, something is sleeping here that should not be disturbed.
Yeah. Adoron is going to give Phaedrid some tea when Adoron sees Phaedrid sort of go pale.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to lend a hero die to try and reduce your roll.
Cool.
So 3.
That takes it down to 3 aura.
Down to 3 aura damage, which does not put me in negative.
You can only go down to 0, so that's
I go down to 1. It was 6. That reduces it to a 3, so that means I would only take 3 aura damage, which still leaves me with 1 aura.
Let's see.
But yeah, and everyone else sees them. They're just not hit with the terribleness.
Yeah.
So once I've able to get this, I cut the noospheric connection abruptly. Like Phaedrid puts his hands on his head, and he just kind of sinks to his knees and like puts his other hand on the ground. Ah!
Adoron
Like,
puts a hand on your shoulder.
thank you.
Did they hurt you?
Oh, I don't think they intended to. The psychic maelstrom
Mm.
was intense. They are desperately warning the living away from here. I couldn't I couldn't get much more than there was something very dangerous asleep in these
There's three of
two.
these
There's three of these like
hulls. Yeah.
three of these hulls. There is something asleep in these hulls that cannot that should not be awakened. And they are desperately trying to warn all living creatures away from here.
Is
They were.
there another route?
It would be
I'm
off
sorry.
trail. It would probably add a day to your travel, but you could find a way around.
Especially with an expert traveler like me.
Yeah. You can
What I
also, I
do.
mean, you can continue on the trail like between them if you want.
I think I'm tempted to continue on the trail between them, but let's not disturb the hulls
mhm.
at all.
That feels like maybe, hold on. I'm just reading something here. Just wondered if that was something Traveler might apply to as well as like, because I know I can like, we can, help us hide and all that. So maybe like help us move
Help us
real
navigate.
quietly. Just like, let's make sure we
Yeah.
Modan,
lube up all the wheels and the joints of the wagons and everybody just take a nice moment of self-quiet meditation while we travel through here.
If it's all the same to you, I'm going to I'm going to like sit. I'm going to sit and I'm going to ride for a little bit. My head really hurts.
That sounds like a good plan.
Adoron will help you up into the necro wagon and then continue to tend to your
Got it.
Just out of curiosity, not that I doubt they have the best of intentions, but just partly curiosity and partly confirmation. Would the diagnostic wand work on radiation ghosts?
Ooh. I don't see why not.
As supposed to tell me intentions, right?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be, they're trying to tell you to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, without even their intentions are very clear.
basically, I just didn't know if maybe they were trying to deceive us in some way or
yeah, no,
whatever.
they're not fooling around.
Okay.
It's like that old joke from the from like Star Trek: The Next Generation, like negotiations between the Enterprise and the Romulans go like, and the Romulans say, and now you Federation fools, we shall destroy you, fire, and Deanna Troy says, Captain, I sense hostility.
Yep. Exactly.
They're not bluffing.
So Adoron will also ask Modan, Modan, is it possible that there are hostile electromagnetic or other energy sources coming from those domes? As an expert traveler, do you have a way of detecting forces such as that? And out of character, I'm talking about radiation.
Yeah, I think as an expert traveler, you are clearly aware of radiation. Radiation ghosts are probably a good indicator of that. Whether it's like radioactivity, radiation, or magitech, or something else. There's probably something here. I think anyone with any level of wizard at all can definitely like feel there's as you approach even the radiation ghost, like there's some sort of pressure here. Unclear what it is.
Are radiation ghosts actually undead, or is that just the name for lack of a better term?
They are ghosts. They don't have a body, they don't have a soul. Um, and yeah, what makes a ghost a radiation ghost? That's a great question.
Yeah, they have minds though.
Yeah, they do have minds.
Yeah, they have the ba without the ka or the ha.
Yeah, they're almost like echoes almost. Kind of like magitechnical or yeah, they're less oh I just found a thing here. Where is it? Um they are the accreted remnants of personalities fried into the fabric of space and smeared across the vastness of time. They're kind of like, yeah, they're like glitchy, like almost like force ghosts looking sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, it raises the interesting question of whether or not our forbidden ancient pistol creates radiation ghosts sometimes.
Very well may.
Sure it does. I'm
What
sure it
happens if I
does. Like when
shoot a radiation ghost with a radiation gun?
Probably not.
Probably fuck it up
exactly.
pretty bad.
I'm not gonna do that.
I'm guessing like the Star Trek the Star Trek original series special effect, like the right, like it, they freeze, they turn red, and then they disappear, and then what's left is a radiation ghost.
Yep.
So I mean, I guess all that's left is to proceed carefully, slowly, quietly,
Yeah.
and not wake up anything.
If the pressure gets too great, and probably Alba Negra might have more sense of this than Adoron from my perspective, but Alba Negra, for instance, will suggest, oh wait, the pressure is getting to dangerous levels. Maybe we should take a different route.
Yeah, it doesn't feel dangerous, just like almost like your ears need to pop.
Yeah.
And it's almost like there's a yeah, it doesn't, so there's only the three of them, and it wouldn't take long to get past them. I think there's a slight like time slippy effect. Like some of you might feel like it's taking an hour, some of you might feel like it's taking a few minutes. Nothing dangerous or bad, just a little slipping of perception.
Um, Adoran's going to take a moment out of tending Phaedrid and just tune in. Is there any sense of kind of, and it might be at a different level, but the kind of power that either the Rebuilder or one of the other oh, I can't think of the right term.
Demiurges.
Demiurges. Yeah, it's just because when I look at you said there was a lot of bone around too.
There are ruins of some buildings in the area that like look like
Oh,
they basically like use bone instead of wood.
okay.
Definitely like construction material, not just like things that died around here.
Yeah. Just as an aside, then I would like to have gathered some bone samples.
Yeah.
Too. Okay. But yeah, just is this power that's also got presence, I guess is the question.
Can you tell me more about how you are trying to determine that?
First of all, Adoron will slip into the noosphere, sip some nice tea and slip into the noosphere, and sitting in the top of the necro wagon. And then Adoron has had quite a lot of experience in recent time with interacting with different entities.
Mm-hmm.
The Rebuilder, the Grasslands recently, just talked to the ghost. So Adoron's pretty, and Adoron's whole nature is to engage with others. So Adoron's just going to open their their mind in the noosphere to um, is there something is there any sense of direction or impulse?
Mm. Give me an aura check plus your teacup, I guess.
Okay.
Or your noosphere tea.
Right. My aura is not okay, so that's 16 plus, let's say, 3, so 19. And I'm going to use a hero die.
Oh, you don't need to. You're
I don't.
good. You're so good.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you detect here? So it's almost a lack of presence.
Oh.
These you can tell that there is these things are some sort of copper or stone alloy or something. But the important part that you detect in the noosphere is that there's definitely some time built into them, and in such a way that it either protects what's inside it or prevents what's inside it from being seen or escaping, or
Right. It's a sort of containment of some kind.
some sort of like temporal containment
Yeah.
material.
Right.
Yeah,
And
it's not
since,
like a force field, but it's like it is metal stone.
yeah, when it makes me think of the spending time with the Rebuilder and Adoron is also like that whole experience of time sort of merging across, and this is like it's going to feel different, but um, okay, okay. Well, I'm not planning on interrupting that.
Yeah, yeah. The biggest impression is like the lack of being able to see what's in it,
Yeah, right, right.
or vice versa. You imagine.
Hmm. Hmm.
But otherwise, if you want to just progress on, you can safely go through here. And that will take you to the next river, the Teal River. Look at that. What is that?
Go back and wake them all up.
You are welcome to. Boulder. There it is. Yeah, so it's another 2 days or so to the next ford. Now you're kind of like going up that peninsula, kind of parallel with the Teal River, until you get to the next ford. Um, huh. And so this river is uh, it lives up to its name. It is this kind of bluish greenish color. It doesn't seem to be from algae or contamination or anything. It just seems to be like that is the color of the water here. Um, and the crossing here, there's basically like three large. They kind of look like boulders, but when you get closer, um, they seem it's a little slippery. They seem like they may have been carved into sculptures, but like what they're supposed to represent or what they mean doesn't it like gives a suggestion. It's like one of those AI hallucinations like from early. It's like it seems like it looks like something, but you can't get your mind on it at all. um and let me roll a die here. um on the middle boulder, you see another radiation ghost. This one's a little bit more transparent, and a little bit larger. But you can hear this one. It is singing some sort of like really like maudlin song. It's like really like sickly sweet music. Um, and just upstream of these boulders is the actual crossing. There's like some a bridge built out of like pine logs and dryland coral. It's almost like a dam that kind of like turns the land upriver, like a little bit marshy. Um, what would you like to do here?
I think I would like to examine these engravings a little more. I think
Yeah.
Scylla would be like, oh wow, these carvings are quite unique. Wonder if I can learn anything about the art of carving.
Yeah. Interesting. Great. Give me a thought test.
All right.
Yeah, let's add my bones engraved to it. Just for fun.
Hey, so that would be a +5, I think.
Yeah.
Just another potential Phaedrid customer.
10.
10. It's stones and bones are different things. What you
Go
can
figure.
tell is that these are very, very old. No, they are very old. They're not very, very old. Meaning that like you can tell they were carved within the span of history and memory. They're not like from the long time ago before the fall, basically.
Right.
Still unclear what the meaning is, but they were definitely put here intentionally to say something.
Phaedrid, are any of those symbols from the scroll or the stones?
That's an excellent question. I was going to ask about the singing ghost, but yeah, I'll check. I will look at the. I will absolutely look at the stones and try to think and see if any of this is familiar because I do have languages.
Yeah, go ahead and give me thought plus languages.
Thought plus languages. So my languages, I am skilled there. So that's +3. It'll be +5 on the dice. Let's see what we get. That is a 20.
Yeah.
Total.
There's no words specifically carved in here. They You do kind of like make out that they are probably supposed to be some sort of creature. Maybe some sort of aquatic creature, maybe some sort of humanoid thing. They it doesn't tell you anything, but the impression that you get is that they represent some sort of like a story over time that is still being and it's sung or spoken is unclear. It doesn't say what the story is.
Okay.
perhaps our not
Go on.
so perhaps our not quite alive friend is singing said song.
I'm going to turn my attention to the song that the ghost is singing. We can hear her song.
Yeah, everyone can hear her song. You can hear it coming up to the river.
I'm going to assess her intentions.
Yeah. Yeah, easy. Her intention is to actually make you're using that wand. Give me an aura roll straight up.
Aura roll straight up. +2. Nope, that's not gonna tell me shit.
Would you like to add a hero die to avoid danger?
Negative consequence.
I don't know. I'm kind of curious what the consequence of what using a wand might be.
So it's difficult to understand, and like you can almost like tune the wand, but you feel kind of drawn towards it, and really before anyone stops you, you're out on the first boulder. You've jumped out there, precarious.
It's a siren.
It is right now, yeah. I think because it's that, yeah. You are kind of fixated on the radiation ghost. The others see something in the water. A large, the size of a small pony with a large kind of like flat pancake tail, and big teeth, this oily fur. It's kind of like circling around in the water there.
Are we talking about a carnivorous giant beaver?
Kind of looks like a giant carnivorous beaver, yeah. A dire beaver, in fact.
Dire beaver.
Dire beaver.
What would you like to do?
I believe we need to skedaddle.
Dire beaver pelts are worth a lot of money.
Worth a lot of money in the direction we're headed, or not?
Oh, probably. I mean, we'll probably meet other caravans, even if the Spectrum satraps don't have much use for furs.
And we got room.
We got plenty of empty carts right now.
Taking particular interest in Modan, who is on a rock in the
middle. Oblivious to it at the moment, right?
So we can all. So I take it we all see this.
Yeah.
Alba Negra is going to follow Modan, and when she gets on the boulder that Modan is perched on, if that's possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Then she is going to take some bitter herbs and like splash them in the water so that the water in the area tastes bad.
Oh, do you want to chase it off? I was thinking of trying to like
keeping it away from Modan. Or that's the goal.
It is going to leap at Modan.
It's going to what?
Leap.
Oh.
I can throw one of these here doodads at it.
Next to me.
I'm gonna trap it.
Ooh, it's gonna jump first.
Okay.
Oh my. Great. What does that mean? Combat, always a new adventure.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't do combat in this game very often.
I have to be like, what does that do now?
Try not to.
It leaps out of the water, giant teeth bared. It'll do 9 points of damage as it chomps onto Modan's leg.
Is it possible that Alba Negra could interfere with that? Because she is right there.
You can respond to it, but it is
okay.
It moved in a flash.
Got it. I was hoping to try to. I was I was hoping to be able to like ectoplasmically entangle it, but before that happened. But I guess I was too late.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, she is going to reach out and touch it
All right.
so that she can make the connection to assault it with her Daemon Soldier powers.
Okay. Great.
I'm going to assess its intention. I'm kidding. I'm not doing that.
He wants to
Captain, I sense hostility.
He wants to make it damage.
Just hungry.
It just wants to play with me. It's lonely.
So this is a psych magic. So, ooh, that's great. Roll plus charisma plus your Daemon Soldier.
Good. That's a nice number. Oops, wrong direction. Okay. 4 plus 11 is 15.
Nice. Did
Nice
you
number.
get yourself a Daemon Soldier weapon, or are you still attacking unarmed with that?
I don't. The problem is I don't know either where to quote unquote buy one, and I keep looking at different possibilities. I was looking at powers before the game started, and like I'm conceiving that before she was captured by the Face Stealer, she had something or another.
Right.
And now she's just struggling because she has all this power, but she doesn't have an easy way to direct it.
Right. Roll me D3 plus your charisma. D3 plus 5.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that's 2 plus my charisma of 5 is 7.
Great. Let's see. Does it have around? Okay, great. Let me check something on how that works.
I need a weapon.
Let's see.
Well, I know what I'm going to do then. It's going to be magic, but it will be a different spell.
Great. More. I just rolled. Great. Let me see how it likes that.
Oh.
Maybe that's more. It doesn't like that at all. Wow, yeah. Okay. 16. You did 7 points here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it lets go of Modan for sure. And it doesn't know what's happening. It's confused for the round, but still like pretty mad.
All right.
Well, I know what I want to do.
Go for it.
I also
I'm going to cast Tragic Missile.
Alrighty.
Let me read the spell.
Yeah.
You this is a power 2 spell. I think I am going to overcharge it. You visualize a channel connecting the local ambient energy fields with the soul personality dyad of an entity you can see or imagine. Once you realize your visualization, the energies fly into the nexus of that entity's mind space like a noospheric homing missile. The effect is quite painful, dealing 2d4 damage plus 1 damage for every level, charisma, aura, and thought point of the target. Yes, the stronger they are, the harder the tragedy strikes. The missiles leave no mark.
Great.
And I'm going to and why not? I'm going to go for overkill here. I'm going to overcharge. You visualize 3 channels at once, striking a single target thrice or three different targets. I'm going to throw 3 tragic missiles at this thing.
Fantastic. Can you give me a charisma roll plus wizard?
Charisma and wizard. Yes. I am an expert wizard. That's plus 3. My charisma is 2. That is going to be plus 8.
I'm just looking for a 12.
And it rolled an 8.
Go ahead
Plus
and roll
8 is a
that damage.
16.
I think you're gonna do pretty good.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
going to be 6d4.
Plus 3.
6d4 plus 3. So that's 11 on the 6d4. Is that plus 3 per missile or?
I think it's plus 3 per missile. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Plus 9.
So
Yeah,
it's going to be plus another
20
9.
total.
So that's 20 points of damage.
Yeah.
And it leaves no mark,
Yeah.
which is important if we want to take its fur.
Yeah, that beaver just falls down. There's no withstanding that.
Yikes.
I think the bite shook Modan out of your reverie.
Ow!
So as an aside, Abenegra grabbed onto the beaver so it didn't float downstream.
Great. Yeah.
Excellent.
Do we have an actual price on beaver pelts?
I have no idea.
We can definitely make one for you if you want to take it and sell it the next place, though.
I absolutely want to collect a beaver pelt.
Great. Is there anything else you want to do here?
Well, now that we've taken care of the beaver, I was trying to listen to this like ghosts, like what is this ghost singing about?
Yeah. The song is like just really sappy. Not even about a person, just about like how it's like the like ancient equivalent of like a pop song almost.
Okay.
It's not great,
So
but it's a little bit.
can we I mean, can I understand the lyric? Can I understand the words? I mean, I do know languages.
Yeah, it's basically like how beautiful this area is, how lucky we are to be here. We're only alive for a day, but it's very treacly and
Very treacly and very not terribly interesting.
yeah, just like someone came out here sing their favorite song.
Alrighty then. How much is a beaver pelt worth?
Mawkish and forgettable is what it says.
Mawkish and forgettable.
Cool. If there's nothing else we want to do here, let's go ahead and take a break since we're a little bit ways in. Come back at 10 after.
All right.
Awesome. Alrighty. So we've passed the Boulder Ford. It's another day or two to the next river, the Wine River, and those days too. So approaching the Wine River, the river itself, it gets its name from the dark kind of burgundy gravel of the pebbles in the bed there. It's a little bit marshy to the north, to your left as you're approaching it. And it's still pretty damp in the area here. But the trail leads to what looks like so it's called the Garnet Ford. The river valley kind of like widens a bit, and it does become more marshy here. There's sort of like dead trees sticking out of the marshlands there. A lot of like wading birds, and you can see like where the river crossing is. Probably used to be like a giant megalithic causeway. These like big sort of like cinnamon stone blocks that are all sort of like fallen aside and cracked and too far apart to be useful. It's looks like it'd be pretty slow going, just making your way across. But this is clearly the way.
How long has
Would you like to
this whole
approach?
session we played tonight? How long has it been?
It's been, let's see, we did I think it's been 6 days altogether. Or one, two, I think this is 5 days actually. Let me check them.
Okay.
6 days, yeah.
Just lost track of time.
Yeah. So yeah, yellow 2 plus 8 right now. Yeah, this region is weird and different because it's broken down more finely. So it's a lot more like day-to-day travel instead of just like a week or two.
Things are like a day or two apart rather than a week
Yeah.
apart. Well, I know we're like
Yeah.
zoomed in on. I know we're zoomed in on the map, so we're making a lot of discoveries in a fairly short period of time.
Yeah.
Well, if that seems to be the way across, is to like pick our way across slowly across this ford.
I'll lead the way.
Lead the way. Um,
My pleasant traveling.
no, Modan, roll me 2d4 and give me the smaller one.
I don't want to. A 1 would be the smallest one.
A 1, great. Your expert traveler gets you across in pretty short and safe order. Then you're able to use the giant blocks to find the best path. I think as you're traveling, you see not directly where you are, but there are kind of shady looking quarterlings kind of pulling their they have some sort of ferry system. It's probably best to pick your own way instead of using their services.
Well, I mean, the last time we encountered quarterlings, they also were operating a really sketchy bridge they were contemplating like if it would be better to like open up a trade route with us or to just murder us and take our stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think your instincts this time did you well.
Wave my wand at him.
Is this ford like through the river, like we're waiting, or
it's kind of, yeah, you're kind of like waiting. There's like it's swampy, there's biting insects. It's not pleasant.
No skin.
Yeah, but Modan's got you the safest and fastest way across. So
follow in my footsteps.
I just want to scoop up a handful of these like dark, kind of reddish, purplish pebbles.
Yeah.
I'll just stash them in a pocket for now.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Oh, by the way, what was the did we come up with a price for the beaver pelt?
We'll do it when we get to where it can be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, that works.
We can sell it to the quarterlings.
Cool. And so then next stop on the road is just another quick day down the road. And that will take us right to
the Rose Towers.
Great. As you're approaching, I have a picture for that too. You can see them. Across the is it across the river? Looks like it's across the river. No, it's on your side of the river. So as you it's off the road, however. But as you're traveling to the right side there on the southwest side of the road, even I think it is like early evening as you approach, and even as the sun is up, you can see that. So there are these 3 towers that kind of like jiggity jaggedy rise up, kind of on the bank of the river there, and they seem to be on this sort of elevated square platform. And as you approach, you can see that there are other towers that have fallen around the platform. Looks like it was part of a larger thing before. But the thing that stands out the most is that as the evening fades, the light fades into evening, you see these globes of bright yellow light kind of, it's hard to tell if they're like attached and moving on top of the towers or floating around them. But they definitely seem to be in some, it's definitely intentional, perhaps constructed. They don't really seem organic. They're not like giant fireflies or anything. They seem to be like lights that have been affixed to the tops of these towers. And there are definitely some people around the bottom of the towers. You can see them from a distance. How would you like to approach?
Well, there's the direct approach. I mean, so these do seem to be like hollow towers that something might be within, like wizard's towers, but made of weird spindly material.
Yeah, they seem to be made of kind of like that land coral. And in the you can tell from the, even though the lights themselves are yellow, they are that rose color themselves.
You said there's people around the bases?
Yeah, they're hundreds of feet tall.
Okay, and you said there are people milling. We could see people milling about at the base.
Yeah. Less milling, and like looks like they're doing they're moving with intention. You can tell
They're doing something. I look to my companions and I say, let's just walk up and like let's
pleasantly
just
greet them.
approach. Let's just approach and pleasantly greet them.
Yeah. Mona, give me,
if they, I mean, if nothing else, we can talk to them and see if they have anything that, see if they have anything they're willing to trade. We've got a small amount of trade goods.
And I'll also try to, as we approach, like sort of suss out the situation. So like if it seems like they're in the middle of, I don't want to be a jerk, and like if they're in a ritual or something, be like, hey man, what's happening? If it seems like I'm interrupting, I'll try to find a time, if there's an appropriate time, to be expertly pleasant. And also,
expertly pleasant. Fantastic. Yeah, go ahead and give me that charisma roll plus your pleasant.
So that's +9 total, right? 6 and 3 for charisma.
Yeah.
Yes.
An 18.
18, pretty good. So yeah, as you approach, this is let me get that there. So the kind of platform they're on is this, it probably rises a good 50, 60 feet off the ground, large enough to for these towers to stand on them. It looks like it's ivory, and there are sort of like steps carved into it going up to it on the long side. They, as you walk, towards them, again, you can see that other towers similar have fallen, and they are kind of overgrown with slimes and molds as well. Not the vigorous ones from the other side of the lake, but definitely like it's gross in the area around the towers. The base itself is pretty pristine. It looks like there's some growth creeping up the bottom a little bit, but it appears to have been, either there's something keeping it off or is frequently scrubbed.
And I also think as we approached, I probably would have tried to suss out their intentions.
Yeah.
Got this wand, I'm going to use the hell out of
it. And they're doing something. It is some kind of, it's hard to tell if it's a ritual or it is ritualistic, if nothing else. There's a couple dozen of them. They appear to be regular people from a distance. As you get closer, they seem to be moving in like more of a like stuttery, janky way. A lot of them are wearing wraps or hoods. as you approach further, you can see that they're either mostly or primarily made from like junk, scrap, machine stuff. There's definitely like a lot of humanness to them. It looks like a lot of pieces have been replaced, and not well. And they're doing this something around the towers. It's almost as if they are. It looks almost as if they are trying to act as people going about their days, in a really weird, like if you're watching a play and like, oh, like we are doing a city street scene, like that sort of like artificial normality. And kind of like doing this around the pillars.
Okay, so they're like doing a pantomime of people going about their business.
Exactly. And when you approach, they they like greet you friendly and welcome you in and please come and hang out with us. In that very like artificial way.
Well, I would say let's so Phaedron's like, well, they're clearly weird, but
and just appreciate what's there. I think that's one thing that wine isn't able to do. You stop and you take it and you look at it.
Oh, someone had a weird echo or something going on.
Yeah, that was weird. So let's go. Yeah, I would say let's approach them, and if they are like at least acting friendly, let's act friendly in return and see who they are and what their deal is, and if they, if they have goods to trade.
Do I detect intentions from them?
Yeah, so you do detect intentions. First, as you get closer, you definitely see that there are these like spheres kind of like moving up and down on the top areas of the towers. It seem to be some sort of mechanical light things. There's also that kind of adds to that ambiance some like mechanical glowing birds kind of flapping around that same yellow hue. And their intention. Give me a thought roll.
So are these sort of like animatronics in a way?
No, they're definitely people, but they're
another 20 plus 15 plus 3. So 38.
38. Great.
Wow.
So their intentions, you can tell, are to perform a ritual. And I think a combination of this wand you have, and your wandering skill and just having seen a lot of weird shit, and kind of interpreting what you're seeing from them. This is a ritual, and you can tell from the way they move and the things they're saying to you that this is something that is repeated over and over again, on a pretty short cycle, probably like every 6 days or 6 or 7 days or so. You can 38. They're about in the middle of the cycle now, and what it is, it's almost like a pageant, God, what was it? Not passion play. Like they're going through this sort of like almost religious recreation of this history, and they are basically kind of like performing. And I think anyone from the Rainbow Lands knows that it is not necessarily accurate, but it's some sort of interpretation or fictionalization of the sort of like foundation of the like almost feels like the foundation of the Rainbow Lands as seen through the viewpoint of like spectrum satraps, maybe. It looks like they've been doing it for a long time, It looks like they don't necessarily understand 100% what it means, but they are well practiced in doing it. And with that 38, I think like either both interpretation or maybe you can actually get them to tell you a little bit about what's going on or what's about to happen. This is like a cycle of birth and life and death and rebirth. They're in the like full bloom of the middle of it now. And what happens is that every week or so, their like little civilization plague goes up and down. They all like fall apart basically at the end. And then on the last day, she comes and puts it back together. And they start over. And I think you can tell that they're talking about something that lays deep within this ivory platform.
So I'm guessing there's some other kind of really powerful, like demiurge or something like that, that lives down there and is playing this. Wow. That's kind of scary.
Do they respond to questions if we ask them? If we talk to them? So
they are actually people.
Yeah, they are actually people.
This is not like the it's not like the Return of the Archons episode from Star Trek, the original series.
And it's they will give you names, but you can tell that they are not their actual names. They're the names of the parts that they're playing. So like they kind of like rotate through a bunch of different.
I would want to ask, like, is this she friendly? Would she welcome our presence here if we were here when she came out?
Friendly. Benevolent, I think, is the way they put it. Friendly doesn't really see like it's asking if like a storm is friendly.
Sure.
But yeah, you do get the impression that she's very powerful and has been here a long time. And from the sort of ritual trappings, it feels like it should be metaphorical, but it feels like they literally mean that she rebuilds them every time they fall apart.
Yeah.
So y'all just do this over and over and over again.
Yes.
And that's it.
This is our purpose.
Would you
and y'all are not
purpose?
Go on.
Please go on, Mark. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh yeah, no, I think Teal was also saying something at the same time. I'm interested in Teal's question.
Oh, actually, Adoron just said it is good to know one's purpose.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so y'all don't desire anything else?
This is all we desire. This is all we are fated to do.
Does your society have goods to trade? We are primarily explorers, but we also buy and sell.
I think they like the question makes sense to them, but it feels like they are interpreting it as if you are saying the lines in a play. Like, oh yes, of course. Here is the muffin, and I will take your money. Have a good day, sir. Like, there's no actual trade happening, but they're like, oh yes, of course. We will take your goods and pay money for them.
So sorry. So you say they are people, like they are sentient?
Yeah, they're definitely people. They have been replaced a lot with mechanical parts. Not entirely well all the time. They are like kind of like janky and like not fully in control of their movements. But still like I'm sentient.
I am I'm thinking we don't want to be here when she comes back and gathers them all up to rebuild because I don't want us to get like caught up in that. Because I think
That was my
that would be
next
bad.
question for them. I was wondering if they knew, like, if we were here when she came out, do you know what would happen to us?
You're not part of the you're not part of the congregation, so I we are not here when it happens. We are all
Oh,
gone. I don't think, I mean, unless you are also gone, she would not need to build you back up.
Okay. I have another question, and have you heard of the? Oh God, the player doesn't remember. I have to read it.
Hmm.
Have you heard of the
Relapsarian metonymic
the
poetry.
Prolipicerian
Relapsarian metonymic poet.
metonymic poetry?
Um, do they know about that?
I know it's in the Gull. I know. I mean, I know we know out of character. We know it's in the Gullgrass somewhere, but we don't know where.
You know what? I think give me a thought plus wizard roll.
Thought plus wizard. Okay.
I wonder if
Plus
she knows.
wizard. That's going to be +8. I rolled a 19 on the die, so that is a 27.
Yeah. They don't seem to understand what you're asking, but as you are watching and experiencing this, you can tell that what you are looking for is probably part of the ritual that they are partaking in. And by observing them, you can probably pick it up over the course of the cycle.
The cycle, which is like 6 days.
Yeah. Because clearly, like this ritual, pre-lapsarian, it is from before something bad happened. They're kind of like showing
the things before the and metonymic is the
thing that
referring to a part as the whole.
Yeah, a suit.
So yes, it's the suit. It's like oh, he's a suit. Translation: he's a businessman.
Yeah.
Or like the White House says, whereas it's the president. It's the president.
Yeah. So you get the impression that if you stayed for the full cycle, you would be able to pick that up.
Okay. I share this with the rest of the group and ask if it would be okay. I would very much like to stay and observe. I'd prefer not to do it alone, but I will if I have to.
I am also curious.
I will also stay.
I think if we like maybe go back to like the edges of like where the audience would sit for this performance.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
perhaps
good.
I was just gonna say perhaps a barricade might be useful. Circle the wagons.
Yeah, I think circling the wagons would be a good idea. Make it defensive.
Yeah.
Because you said it was this like vast block of ivory that they're performing on, and there's like lots of like fallen ruined towers.
Yeah, and it's still kind of like it's kind of gross in the area, but this is a pristine chunk of ivory.
Well, I was thinking like let's get to like sort of like the edges of that.
Mm-hmm.
If we have to clean out some of the slime and goo, so we can set up a decent place to set up an encampment.
Yeah.
I would say let's do that.
And through the course of the day, it seems like some of them kind of die, fall over. It's unclear whether they're playing dead. Some of them do like sort of collapse on the edge of the platform, like their arms dangling dramatically down or whatever. And I think watching them over the course of the day, some of them do work on others to sort of continue to replace organic parts with metal parts as they sort of like fall apart more.
Could either like my wand or Phaedron's glove or anything be able to tell if these people are like actually dead or just laying there?
At this point, it looks like they're laying there. They're playing dead. Like, oh, why can't I be saved? My flesh will fall apart. But you want to stay up on the ivory part and kind of like build a little camp up there.
Do we?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out if there's like, obviously we want to be a watch, but I didn't. I didn't know if there's something we wanted to do or if it's possible with, one of the things I can do with travelers, like, if do we want to be like semi-concealed? So we're, so it's not, we're just like, hey, we're out having a party. It's,
I mean, I'm thinking maybe not necessarily. I mean, we've already made our presence known, so I don't necessarily think that. I mean, given how the layout's been described, I don't know how like hidden we'd be able to be.
I mean, I'm fine not
like,
being.
You could like hide near the base of one of the towers, maybe. But
I mean, I'm fine not being hidden.
I am okay being more or less in the open. Just let's be wary, especially as the ritual comes to a conclusion. I think we need to be wary.
And they don't seem to stop at night. Like they are subject to normal human limitations, but they do seem to be pushing on, like almost not feverishly, but like they have a story to tell in a certain amount of time, and like the show continues through the night.
Okay.
And the
so
glowing.
Basically, we're basically watching a performance of
like the rise and fall of a civilization, basically.
Okay.
Except that we dropped right in the middle of it.
Yeah. You're in the beginning of the fall part, almost. Yeah, and through the night, there's great light show up top. These like big glowing spheres and flickering songbirds. How are you, if you are keeping watch, like who is responsible for that, or who is like, how is that happening?
I mean, yeah, obviously we can't stay awake for 6 days to watch this whole thing, so we'll yeah, we definitely need to set watches.
Document it in shifts.
Yeah, pretty much like write down more or less what they're doing.
Cool. So I think it is.
So do we want to have one person be a note taker? Well, actually, I guess we could alternate note taker role plus just watch role.
Yeah.
And we have how many people in our caravan?
Let's see. There's the 5.
I believe we have 8.
And there's.
Well, I'm sorry, we have 9. We have 8 that use we have 8 that use supplies. Oh wait, do we have 10? Because Adoron also I used to.
So,
yeah.
Moon Mountain Witch, Animal Grimmer, Alda Negra, Centena, Dulce, Adoron.
But Adoron also forges for himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we have 10 people, but we only need 8 supplies. Adoron forages and Skelly makes their own food.
Yeah.
He makes his own gravy.
And
I'm actually wondering if I need. Oh no, I still need to sleep there.
Yeah. But Skelly, while you're on watch, you see something climbing over the edge from the marsh. This is well into the middle of the night. And it looks like a large, like a salmon with spider legs and like kind of like black circuitry traced across, like from its eyes down to its fins. And it's like crawling up the edge and like poking at one of the people that's collapsed there. and it grabs it and pulls it over the edge, and you hear this sploosh.
All right. I think I'm gonna I'll wake up whoever is supposed to be next on watch,
Well,
whichever one of you decide.
we probably are on like in pairs
Mhm.
Okay.
because if we've got 10 people, we can do
Oh yeah.
5 pairs of 2.
So pick an NPC that you want to be with. That's probably how we do it.
Oh, shoot. I'm not like entirely familiar with the NPCs. Let me take a real quick look here.
They're on the caravan tab.
Caravan tab. Here we go. Okay. Who would Skelly? We have everybody with us?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so our NPCs, yeah, we got Yasa, we've got Vec, Albanegra, Centena, Dolce, and Otokar.
Okay. Maybe it'll be Yasa. We both enjoy the darker magics,
Nice.
I guess. I don't know. I guess I'll say to Yasa, like, did you see that?
Yeah, there's another one over there. And she like points a little ways down the platform and looks like something is dragging one of the people off the edge. One of the dead ones.
Oh shit. I mean, I don't know if this is part of the play or what. Uh, they, I don't know. Phaedron really wanted to see this all the way through. Maybe we should do something.
Should we wake them up or help?
Um, all right. I'll yeah, I'll wake the party up and be like, there's some weird fish spiders taking away the dead ones. Maybe I don't know if that's supposed to be part of everything, but
And it looks like the second one, like it didn't pull it all the way over, but it's like picking the fleshy parts out and kind of like not eating, but like stuffing it in like where you think gills should be, almost like a chipmunk would, only with like meat into sacks here.
and so the still dancing ones are just like doing nothing about it. They're just
Nope, this is like
continuing on.
yeah.
They clearly see it, but they are completely ignoring it.
Not ignoring it, but like acknowledging it, like this is part of the cycle.
Oh, all right.
Well, that's really interesting and really disturbing, but this seems to be normal for them.
I mean, I'd just straight up ask one of them, I'd be like, so the dead one's being taken away by the spiderfish. You're okay with that? Is that part of your ritual?
If they're dead, there's nothing we can do for them. We can only
They don't.
try to keep building ourselves back up.
So hold on. So y'all just like decrease in numbers over time. Like eventually there isn't going to be any of you to continue this ritual,
Exactly.
and then your whatever she is just won't come anymore.
No, then she puts us back together.
Does she get the dead ones from the spiderfish?
Why would she do that? She recreates us.
So the spiderfish are they part of your ritual, or are they part of this performance, or aren't they?
No, they're part of the world outside. But I suppose even they have a part to play.
Okay, y'all are fine with this then. Okay.
Okay.
We're just checking you don't need defending from the spiderfish.
Yeah, exactly. We were asking if you needed our help in here, but it sounds like this is how it's supposed to be.
They don't bother us during the day, and they don't attack the living.
Fair enough.
Well, then we'll keep watching. I'm going back to sleep, I
continue
guess.
to watch your performance.
Great.
Very confused by this.
This is really weird.
Even by grassland standards.
The next day, the lights shift to green. And they continue. The performance this day is similar. It's almost like they're just starting to begin to acknowledge that some are falling. But the pantomime of civilization continues through the day. Do you just want to hang out for the next couple of days and watch this happen, or do you want to try and do something else in the intervening time?
I guess my question is, can we do something else and still? I mean, can Phaedra do something else and still like observe enough to like learn this spell that's allegedly here?
Yeah, you can probably pay half attention and pick
Got
up
it.
important bits and pieces.
Because like, well, the other thing is like the one camp action I was hoping to do was basically do that rest action, which allows you to like restore. That's the one that lets you like restore like ability damage.
Yeah, so that's going to take a week. If we want to, so we're at +10 right now for days. If we want to turn one of those into a week, we can have everyone do camp actions. That'll mean a misfortune and encounter and all that stuff as well.
I'm okay with that. Is that okay with the rest of this?
Yeah.
I'm confused. What do you mean? So what exactly is it we're doing if we do that?
So right now we're at yellow 2 +10. If we want to do the rest action or other camp actions, we will turn that 7 of those 10 into a week and then do the week procedure for that.
So even though we're mostly here, that means just like something else might happen while we're camped.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Cool. Go ahead and spend supplies.
And I'm just going to say we are now out of supplies.
Oh.
I mean, like we're cool now, but we're going to need to resupply before. We're going to need to resupply sooner rather than later.
Well, before you do that, yeah, let me see. I know because my beetle horse can. We have some foraging abilities there, so.
Who would like to roll misfortune?
I'll do my one with advantage.
Yeah, cool.
Since I haven't done it. But we'll put Bashika to work in all their talents this time. Total of 13.
Total of 13. Yeah, great. Nothing important happens. You experience the marsh. You like over the course of the week, you see some of these creatures. They're clearly Vomes, but they don't seem to be hostile towards people who are living. But they do seem to be feasting on the fallen parts of whoever falls near the wayside there.
Disturbing.
As long as you keep active, you're fine. Let me roll an encounter. D8. I think it's Adoron that kind of senses this because you communed with the gallgrass before. I think as the ritual proceeds, you can see chunks of the marsh grass kind of like start clumping together, almost like they're like little seats or beds. They look like they might be comfortable. And I think if you sort of contemplate it for a moment, it almost feels like the gallgrass mind is like here to watch, or like thinking about it or something.
So you're saying it feels like the gallgrass is in attendance as well as we are.
Yeah.
Well, Adoron will slip into the noosphere and hang out with it and watch. Actually, that's a very good question. What does the performance look like from the noosphere?
Yeah. The performance itself looks really mundane. Like they have the normal person presence that you get like gets degraded as they body parts fail and they replace them with machines. I think without a role even. Um, and maybe it's part of like having not a conversation, but sort of like watching what the grass is watching almost. Um, wasn't really clear where like the new parts for the people were coming from. Because this is just like a platform that this is being performed on.
Yeah.
But I think observing it, you see that there is a there's like a recessed area near the center, tower, that they seem to be pulling things from, almost like they just kind of appear there. It's about like 15 feet by like 10 feet ish and a few feet deep. And it just seems to be like a depression in the ivory platform. But they seem to pull stuff from it, and it doesn't really seem to come from anywhere. Stuff just seems to be there when they need it.
Right. Interesting. Um, Adoron will at some point take a moment to point this out to the rest of the party so that they can observe that, and then go back to hanging out with the Gallgrass because the Gallgrass is good company.
It is. Cool. Y'all can do your camp actions. Forage, care, study, hide, or
I'm definitely resting and healing up. Is that heal me full up or do I roll? I forget.
Rest will, if you are doing nothing else that week, either recover all missing life, completely recover one stat, or remove one burden.
Yeah, I'm gonna recover all that life. Cover from my bout with the beaver.
Yeah, I'm recovering my aura drain from dealing with a radiation ghost.
Great.
I don't need. I'm so good. I have not lost life at all since I've pretty much since joining up. So I guess I will work on. I'll do some studying.
Yeah, it's a great place for it.
Seem I will. I'll see if I can finish up that speed and savagery skill. I'll take old Satine up the road and down.
Down for a spin. Yeah, great. Yeah, give me is there anything fun? Is this the there you are. Let's make it agility. If you're zooming around doing
All right.
doing tricks, which is that's even better.
That is a lot better for me. See how this goes. That'd be a 13.
That'd be a 13. That will get you your last success. What's the sick stunt that you pull that seals the deal?
I think I think that maybe being a little bit of a shit disturber or something. If there's enough space where Skelly can basically just like drift like all around the like three towers and around the play
Platform, yeah.
pick up some dust.
You can totally do that. Amazing.
And yeah.
Nice.
Anyone else want to do camp actions?
Yeah, so um hmm, Alba is going to do her perpetual. She's going to wander around and look at the plants and things in the area and work on her botany.
Fantastic. That'll just be a thought roll.
Yep. And then Adoron will have something to do too, but not yet. Okay. Oh, of course. Let me see. Uh, you know what? I'll just go with that. What happens?
So that's going to be another success you're going to need for that.
Yeah, I know that part. Something interesting too.
And I think I don't think it is going to do any damage to you, but I think you, in the process of looking for swamp plants, you do come across one of those spider fish vomes that was day sleeping, and I think it chases you down a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't do any damage or anything, but it puts you off. It puts you off swamping for a little bit.
Right, right. I have a question then. I've got Vomish engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Um, can I tell anything about like how they're built or maybe how they might be modified?
Yeah, I mean, you can tell it was some sort of fish that lived in the swamp, that, got foam infected and sprouted like biomechanical legs and decided to start scavenging instead of just eating bugs and whatnot.
Okay. Okay. I don't think I want to try and kill one at the moment, but does make me curious. So Adoron is going to and I'm going to describe so Adoron and this may not be like a learning role. I'm not sure what this is, but Adoron is going to hang out with the grass
Mm-hmm.
and just allow that vast, slow-moving consciousness to affect Adoron's thinking as they sort of go back over the things that they experienced with the rebuilder.
Yeah. Um, it's almost like the grass has like progressed beyond consciousness, if that makes sense. It's like it's just a very vast calm thing
Yeah.
that is like it's alive and sentient, but almost has progressed beyond the need to not be aware, but like think about stuff. Just kind of like it, like what was not sentient was sentient, and now it's like, oh, I don't even need that.
Okay. Um, hmm. Then I'm going to, because that's something that's very comfortable for Adoron. I'm trying to think, how would I do this?
And I think that the longer you hang out with it,
Yeah,
the the less urgent things feel, like the less you want things. That makes sense.
right.
It's kind of like, oh,
Yeah, it does.
yeah.
I mean, that effect has already been happening even without this conversation. So, okay. Then I will not try and systematize this, but
um, cool. And so since we're spending time here, I think over the course of the next couple days, the ritual slash civilization progresses. The green lights turn to blue and then to violet, as the participants, the performance, the people in that pantomime of a society begin to recognize what's trying to happen, more frantically try to stop themselves from falling apart. But it doesn't help. They fall apart faster. The machine parts fail until there's one left in the like dawn of the last day, and they basically like they have like an arm, and it's all just like twisted up metal, and they kind of like drag themselves to the edge of that big depression as the sun rises, and they just fall apart basically. And the lights on the towers go out, goes from violet to dark to nothing. And then the rest of the day is kind of quiet. You're still kind of like waiting to see. It feels like there's a pause where something should happen, but nothing is happening yet until the sun goes down. And I think it's unusual how dark it is because the last several nights, there's been light from the light show basically, and it kind of gets dark, and it's almost like you forget to light your torches and campfires and stuff because you're used to it being lit and active, and so it takes a moment before you realize just how dark it has gotten. And then you kind of remember yourself and light up your campfires and do your, eat your food and hang out. It still feels like something is supposed to happen. And then in the morning, as the sun rises, who do you think is on the watch when the sun comes up?
Can I say Phaedron?
Yeah.
And I think one of the NPCs will be with him. I think it is going to be Centena. I haven't interacted with Centena much, so
yeah,
she's there too.
Yeah, and so Centena, like if you're like watching out over the making sure the fish foams aren't coming or whatever, probably like maybe you're like, oh, should we go? It's probably time to go now. Centena yells over and says, Phaedron, come look.
I go look.
And she brings you over to the big depression, and lying in the depression is a woman. She's about 12, 15 feet tall. She has 4 arms, so like 2 here and then 2 coming out there. She is kind of like a not like flesh pink, but kind of like a light red, like a scarlet. Her skin looks like not porcelain, but it's not flesh. You would almost say plastic.
Okay.
It's more stone maybe, who knows? But pliable. And she's just lying there. She had hair kind of like in a weird like updo bun kind of thing. And she has 4 eyes as well, like 2 here, 2 here. And she's just lying there in that big depression.
And she's just lying there like still?
Yeah.
Well, that's weird. And she's 15 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
I am not going to disturb her. I'm guessing this is part of what's supposed to happen. So I think we'll continue to watch.
Yeah. And as the sun comes over the horizon, her eyes flick open, and she sits up and pulls herself out and stands to her full height and kind of like looks around as if she is going to begin doing something, and then realizes that you're there. And I think looks at Adoron and says, "Why are you here?" In like this simultaneously very high and very deep voice. I think that's where we will end it for today.
This is a Steven universe.
A little bit. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of a fusion. Awesome.
Wow, that
Have,
was awesome.
let me do some math here. Ba, 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 ba. Uh, 435 XP this time around.
435.
435. Cool. And let's go ahead and do.
I'm almost 1,000 away from a level.
Ooh, so close. Stars and wishes. Let's go left to right, starting with Mike.
Well, stars all around. This is this this is a cool exploration adventure where we kind of like went from like discover like basically this is like in a normal location we'd have to make discovery rolls to like find all these various cool things, but we actually had a map, so we were able to kind of like move from one interesting thing to another interesting thing. And yeah, and again, everything is really weird, but it also just feels like very UVG. From the stuck force bridge to the sentient field of grass to the like weird tomb husk things that with the radiation ghosts, um, the bizarre ritual, and now this like weird, I don't know, demiurge or something. I'm guessing she's incredibly powerful and could destroy us with a second thought if she really wanted to, but I'm hoping curiosity is going to get the better of her. But yeah, just like thanks, Mark, for just like again continuing to bring on the weird, but also making it feel very consistent and very like we definitely have a through line, which is super fun. I was not expecting that we were going to be watching a weird ritualistic pantomime for a week. Yeah, I'll just call out, I don't think I have any specific role playing moments. Just like I'm just really enjoying like all of our now pretty firmly established characters, like having great character moments with each other. And Teal, I definitely want to call out Adoron's attention to Phaedrid after Phaedrid basically got hit with the psychic attack from the from those like weird radiation ghosts. That I just thought that was just a really lovely little tender moment. So thank you. That was really cool. Like that a lot. Yeah. Oh, and also the giant beaver jumping out of the water like a shark from a shark movie. That was pretty fun. And how we all kind of came together to fight off a monster. And we don't do combat very often in this game, and it was short, sweet, to the point, but it also was a really good punctuation into what was otherwise mostly just an exploration adventure, which again, really cool. My wishes for next time is we are starting to dwindle in funds, so if we could like figure out some ways to like make some money, that would be good. If we can find a settlement and like make some do some wheeling dealing there, that would be cool. We've got some trade goods we can try to sell, or like find some kind of resource we could exploit. But yeah, I'm a little worried that we've got we're starting our funds are dwindling, and we also have that 150,000 debt over our heads that we really need to start working toward. Although I'm guessing our little auto milk run thing, and we could conceivably just kind of like channel some of that straight into paying off the debt.
Except our last milk run sucked. I remember we rolled real bad.
Yeah.
Cool. That's what I had. Thank you. This was fun.
Sweet. Next up is Heath.
Yeah, well, fun as always. It's just yeah, man, I love the way we all work together, and it's always fun to see what everybody's gonna do. It's just fun to watch as well. And like very interesting that Tri Skelly instead of you're still level 1, right? Or you?
No, I'm level 3 now.
Oh, you are level 3 now. Okay, that's
Yeah.
not quite so good. I thought you put like your first. I thought you hadn't even leveled up, and then you started leveling up an item. I was like, all right, cool. I'm too chicken. I'm like trying to get to at least 5, and but it's just fun to, especially like having a new character inside. The old characters are always interesting, but then like it's nice to this feels like a nice rounded out party, which is fun in a different way. And um, brain not working. Wishes. I always miss. I always miss when all the cards not around much. I didn't think about it until somebody was like, "Oh yeah, he's just been sitting around silently." It's okay. The other thing I was thinking, I guess, kind of a wish was I was thinking about the whole long-term Adoron body scenario. And just because like the way I originally envisioned it, how we kind of each have our part to play in it. I don't know if we specified this, but it kind of makes sense to me that like everybody would need to contribute to the successes in fair, not exactly equal, fairly equal parts. So we're like, oh, we're each doing our little section of the plan or whatever, as opposed to just like one person building up all the successes. Yeah, interested to see what happens with this lady.
Yeah.
Hopefully, good, fun, friendly things.
Surely fine. Yep.
I think that's it. Very interesting. I think that's it.
Awesome. Thank you, Teal.
Yeah, it's interesting as always. I liked the beaver attack. That was good change of pace. Also surprising. One thing I will say is my experience of Adoron is quite a bit different now. Partly like they're out of the concrete body, which was just felt constrictive. So they're in a body that can function, but it's at the moment it's not like the old body either. And just the interaction with the grassland is just like that just keeps mellowing Adoron out more and more. And just yes, Phaedra, I did not want you to you did something really interesting, and Adoron would be very like Adoron's very aware of what it's like to expose oneself to another consciousness and then experiencing some shock or whatever is going on. So I wanted to be there. I'm very much anticipating interacting with the new individual. This will be very interesting. I have suspicions. We'll see.
They're probably correct. They're probably correct.
Yeah. And as far as wishes go, so Albanegra's got at least 2 things that she has wishes for. One, of course, is she's still trying to find a good daemon weapon. The other is at some point she's going to have to work on that crystal fungus issue. Another thing is I would like to see Skelly get to do more magic. I want to see what Skelly's magic looks like more and stuff. So if there's a way that I can help facilitate that, just let me know. There's sort of, I don't know, like hero dice or just if you need help with crafting or supplies or whatever. Good drugs, whatever, whatever it requires.
Yeah.
And very, very interesting. I guess that's also I want to say Heath, thank you for continuing to be concerned about Adoron's well-being, because Adoron's definitely it, it's hard to figure out what the mechanism should be, because it feels like somehow we have to, it almost feels like it's more a situation of crafting roles or something.
Mm.
I'm not sure what the context is for doing that. So I mean, that's it for me.
Cool. And Mark.
Yeah, this was a very interesting one. And I liked all the little pieces like that was mentioned before that came together. Um, Mark, I liked how you didn't just come out and say this is a giant beaver, and you just like described the thing in very like, it's like how you describe something we all really like know very well in a way that makes it seem really fantastical, and which I think was very cool. Um, and I found myself being like, wait, is this a beaver in my brain until somebody just came out and said like this is a giant beaver. So that was fun. And yeah, I did have a plan for Skelly to use a little bit of magic. And then Phaedra was like, I'm just gonna destroy this beaver.
I wanted the pelt.
I didn't even get a chance to draw my gun. I was like, oh, all right, no need.
Yeah, so I think it's mostly just a matter of like the context being right in order to use the current spells that I have.
Mm.
But still trying to work towards the eventually learning either like the animate dead or the other one, raise dead. I don't know, one of those things.
Get some necromancy.
That's sort of the seminal, necromantic power, like the yeah. I'm just I think I'm I'm not asking necessarily asking for help out with this, but I think I'm still like figuring out like where to direct Skelly's energies to, because that auto golem car was like really cool, and it's like, oh man, this is like such a incredible image I have for this character. It's like a cowboy skeleton driving this like freaking luxurious speed demon. Just the image in my brain was like, this is really cool. But now I think I'll return focus to this necromantic kind of thing. But yeah, so I'm still trying to figure out like how to guide, and because I don't know like a ton about the setting, I'm not entirely too sure where to um like what kind of direction to take. But that's fine. It'll come.
You know as much as we do, I think.
Okay, fair.
There's a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. Yeah. But either way, this last little bit, this whole ritual thing that was happening, and actually, I found myself feeling similar things I feel when you come up to like a decision point in a video game that alters like what the outcome will be, and just being like, I need to know what I have to do to get the good outcome. But then, of course, there isn't that here, so it's just like, oh no, do we intervene? Do we not intervene? I want to make sure Phaedra gets to see the thing that he wants to see. I don't know what to do. So I found myself feeling that. But anyway, yeah, that's just an interesting aspect of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a really good time with this one. So much stuff. There's the more granular road crawl, I guess, of this part is like there's just so many more. It's just more granular. It's just like so many more details to like play with, but also like you've read the book, I'm sure, looked at it, and there's like a sentence that has to be kind of built out into a big thing, and often that sentence does not make any sense at all. So it's work, but it's really fun, creative work to be like, turn that one sentence and do this whole big scene that we're doing. So it's been a lot of fun to sort of like do that and bounce off of what y'all are giving. So it's a lot easier that way. Yeah, I'm really excited to see the what happens with our giant lady friend in next session. So that'll be that. Cool. Anything else before we shut it down?
I would like to talk about the thing you posted on the Discord, but we can do that after we shut it down.
Oh yeah, cool. All right. In that case, goodbye anyone who's watching. We'll see you next time.